Piri-piri.
Eccolo. Allora.
Stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014. There's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go. And it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Washington football team. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And Charles, for this defense, you know, they're a confident bunch. Some may say maybe too confident at times. How do you think that they approach a game like this when they're taking on a team that's lost 4 straight?
Well, if they're anything like their head coach, you know they're relying on that confidence. You and I both were sort of surprised at his weekly press conference when he was asked about this being a trap game. And he's almost boasting that he didn't see anything to worry about. That surprised both of us in a big way because we know that can be a dangerous tactic because I can guarantee you the guys on the other side, they heard that, and they're looking for anything to galvanize them.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here on target to Hurst. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. This Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Here's Mack to get it again on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going to run. This is Gordon. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. Melvin Gordon unable to push his way forward. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Off play action. Chambers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Handoff for Gibson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Looking to throw. Chambers.
Ooh.
Force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. The 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a give running left with Mack. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third and 2. Now Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Now the Jets will call on a field goal unit here. From the right hash here. Should be an easy one. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away. But they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Back to throw. Chambers.
No.
Incomplete. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach, and let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're growing louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. That's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on him. You hear about pressure creating diamonds? In this case, it's bursting the pipes of the coach.
And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. See some head shaking on that defensive sideline because so much focus on taking away what he did last week as NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Big gain there for him to start.
I love your observation because you would think they'd be prepared for him after what he did the previous week. But sometimes that skill set actually intimidates a defense, and he used it to his great advantage.
They go play action here on 1st down. Firing quickly.
No, perché
no coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Su, mettiamoci in moto.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. To throw on 2nd down. Chambers. That's out to the flat for Gibson. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And Washington has taken the lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession in the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away. And they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
Here's Mack to get it again on 2nd down. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. They get the USC man, Elijah Vera Tucker. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Here's Wilson to throw. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
Arriva.
Chase Young in there to bury him for a loss of 11. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll run the screen with Mack. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the 1st down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Now it appears
No, Jamin Davis. O Jarrad. Spero Jarrad perché... Porca la vacca ladra. Spero che sia Jarrad. Spero che sia Jarrad. Jamin no.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
No, che ho fatto?
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Chambers. And he can't escape.
Stavolta ho preso la legnata.
Smith. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. From the gun, Chambers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
They'll run on 1st down.
Era passato.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Back to throw. Chambers. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They run the toss now with Gibson.
Cazza che legna. Che legnata.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Chambers rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let it go.
No.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Wow.
Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That one brought back a few nightmares, because when a quarterback gets outside of the pocket,
Avevo
your job as a
fregato.
defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leak behind you for a big play.
Scia la
A nice
miseria.
job there having discipline and not letting them connect on that pass.
To throw on 3rd down. Chambers. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. 1st down, Washington. Back to the ground with Gibson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with a tackle. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Looking to throw on second down. Chambers. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
A 2-yard gain on the play, and it's third down.
Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. On third down, Chambers. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will. Out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
No, questa no.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And he's got the
bravo.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, Wilson. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. 3rd and long, it's Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down. Here's
Porca la vacca, ladra.
He'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the fair catch is made. It's going to pin him back here at the 7-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground again here.
No.
They'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Chambers slings this deep from McClure.
No.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Io ho lasciato pure il timeout.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down.
E prendila una. No. Si può fare.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And he missed it. It's no good. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Cioè, io non posso ricoprire la palla centrale. Oh. Vabbè.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Vediamo.
Looking to throw. Chambers. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On first down, it's Gibson, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Chambers. He finds his man. Complete. That's Yates. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Chambers.
Ah.
This one's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Second and 10. Gibson here running out of the gun. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Chambers. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Molto molto bene, molto molto bene.
They'll run on first down. It's Gibson, and able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Chambers. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington going to add on to their lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Fatto male col field goal.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're
Come
down
sto
a
andando
little
con
bit,
l'Hamburger?
but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
No,
That nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game,
quando mi serve te fa,
it comes to
non lo
mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball. Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They go play action with Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Ulisse!
He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. From the gun, it's Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. Here's the Jets punter now.
No, ma non la può giocare.
He's on to kick it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Chambers. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Dai.
On 1st down, Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. From the gun, Chambers. And he fires one incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Washington on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Chambers. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Looking to throw. Chambers slings this deep from McLaurin. And that is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he comes back with one complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 24-yard line. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Back to throw again. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now a play fake here on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official.
Hemos peleado.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Second and 11. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there's no space available. An incompletion as a result.
The Jets on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 11. Now Wilson.
Rosicado.
It's complete.
Oh, Rosicado.
The first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
Now, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Wilson will throw again. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Wilson's throw going to be caught by Davis. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And this one is incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it.
unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
The Jets on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. To throw again is Wilson. Eluding the pressure right.
Madonna.
Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown Jets. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
Guarda da dove ha lanciato.
Into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point.
Guarda da dove ha lanciato.
And this is up and good. It cuts the lead to 28-10 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
No, l'ha saltato.
And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. 47 yards rushing for him now to this point. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Washington on 3rd down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll run with Gibson. And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has none. They rally up to stop him short of the marker. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson, he's going to let it fly. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth quarter stop? Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the return will stop right around the 25. Well, I don't want to take too much away from his performance throwing the football. He's got the 4 touchdown passes, but this now a second interception of the ball game.
And partner, part of what's gotten him to 4 touchdowns is a certain fearlessness. But that fearlessness borders with recklessness, and the latter just occurred.
They'll run on first down. Parson. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
From the 17, Wilson. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. On third down, Wilson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
So it's Washington getting the victory here. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball.